Krista, how you doing, precious? It's been a minute. It feel like it's been a long time since I've been live. How you doing? So, they've been having the Mo3 pre-trial. I tapped in maybe once or twice. I don't even remember. So much has been going on. But, and I don't know if y'all remember, a couple of years, a few ago, another rapper, shortly after, I think ADOLPH was unalived. Drake the jeweler, he was unalive, and it was right after the other guy. Now I can't even remember his name. It was kind of a couple of things going on. And it was just, but Drake, the ruler, was taken out at a concert. And I think Snoop Dogg was performing, and some other people were performing in California. And it was said that him and YG went up on the stage, then unalived him. Well, he was detained today, so they probably finna crank that back up. And it's just ironic to me that a couple of few informants, a lot of activity, some trials. And I remember before Mo3 was unalive, I think Yella was in California. I think he was tied to Big O. I think he's tied to Big O. I think some of these people being pulled in or raided upon, it can go from anywhere from Big O, No Hands Go Van. It can also be people, Yella, Beezy, since he is affiliated with Big O. We just got to keep our eye on all of it. Because for 4 years at least, hey Cynthia, I have been saying that things were full circle. Not realizing how big the circle really is, but the circle is pretty big. I don't plan to be on here long. I have to tap back into Trump stuff. It's a lot going on, so don't be surprised if I start another live shortly after this one, because that's where my clients, my subscribers, they are more into the political than they are with the rap beef. Hey, Mimi. So don't be surprised if I start another live right after this one, tapping into what's going on in the streets with, I guess I can say he y'all president. I don't know, man. He is absolutely pro-Israel, the movement that they had in place, the G something, where they were merging the U.S. troops with the Israeli troops. I think that was passed. It's just a whole bunch of play in our faces while they try to form this new world order. So we just got to stay woke. I just don't know how woke to tell you, but when I tell you they are playing in our faces, they are absolutely playing in our face. And, I don't know what it's going to take for God to come in and turn it around so that it may work in our favor. But I know that God can do it, and it's just a matter of time. So, again, be prepared for me to tap back into, what time is it? 9:52. So, again, I don't want to be on here long, but I do want to hear what the lawyer on Real Life Street Stars has to say about what's going on in them streets. I need to change this title. So let's start him out. Let's start listening. to what he has to say, and then we'll put eyes on him. But I need to make some changes real quick, okay? Please come in hitting the like button. Let's hear what he has to say. I will probably be stopping and going so that I can analyze what he is saying and what it means and how I feel about it. He is evil.
To get justice in. They don't believe in awarding large sums of money.
Hold on.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Man, Denton and Collin County are two of the toughest counties for you to get justice in. They don't believe in awarding large sums of money for pretty much anything. And so that's the problem. And then you have judges up there who necessarily may lean on the same premise. And so you're going to have some strong connections in order to make your case.
Real life. It ain't real life.
Shout out to Real Life Street Stars.
I'm forever and will always.
Today, not tomorrow. However you wanna phrase it, man.
Man, look, man, I'm forever and will always be your real life lawyer, Larry Taylor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Larry, since the last time you come through here, man, it's been a lot going on in the world.
It has been. The legal community in the world has been. We had wars that said they stopped and started back. We had people who we didn't think were going to jail. We have people who are telling on people. We have trials that are happening that we didn't think were going to go forward. Yeah, it's been a busy. Hell, I've been busy.
Yeah. So we are here to break it all down as we do.
Yes.
As we do at the time. But this is a little different because we have a chat today.
All right.
And it's going up quickly. So people may or may not want to ask some questions. They might need some legal advice. We don't know. We'll see. But for right now, what we're going to do is we have to start off with this. Let's go Yella Beezy trial, man. Pretrial.
Let's do it.
What is a pretrial? What the hell is this?
So pretrial basically is where you meet. It's almost like two gladiators meet in the ring, and you seen this like, okay, what's our choice of weapons? Knives, guns, short rifles. What are we doing? And so it's a way for you to sit down and find out what they call exhibits and what evidence will be allowed, right? And so in this case, and what everybody is talking about right now is the music, right? The music and the videos. And should that be allowed? And Yella Beezy's defense team is saying that his rap music shouldn't be utilized. We've actually, if you go back and take a look here on Real Life Street Stars, we talked about this before. And I've said that, your music is a form of art and should not necessarily be used against you. But at the same time, you shouldn't be talking about things that you may have done in your rap music, because then the waters get murky and these individuals, the prosecutors, will use anything that they can. So give me the perfect example.
Yeah.
If Stephen King was accused of murder, are we bringing in all his movies?
No.
To show that he has the propensity to kill people?
But what if he made a movie that literally to the T reenacted the actual murder?
The question is, was it written before or after the actual murder? Because a lot of times, if going back to Yella Beezy, if his song came out after a shooting or after something happened, the streets talk. It's not hard for him to get information and get that information and spit it out into a rap lyric. It doesn't necessarily mean that he actually orchestrated or was actually there. And so it's a very thin line, and I hate to say it again, it's a horribly slippery slope to allow someone's artistic or art form to be used against them, especially, and this is the one thing that as a defense attorney, I would definitely look at. These guys were verbally at each other's throats. right? In a city, in an area that both of them lived in. And so you can't really necessarily take these words as to be real life or to say that they actually committed these crimes or were part of these crimes. They might just be reinciting those crimes based on what they've heard from others.
Okay, so we have the pretrial.
Right.
They're in there to see if the music will be able to be used. Is that what the whole pretrial is about? Okay, so let me ask you this, right?
Music, and I think also a video. I think it's a video that they want to try to get in. The prosecutor wants to get in from a alleged witness.
Right.
And so we can talk about that, but I have a whole different, idea and theory on that as well.
You, now that you've looked over the pretrial, right, what are some of the shocking developments that have come from this pretrial?
I mean, nothing is really shocking about the pretrial. The only concern, I would honestly bet money that we probably ended up getting this trial continued. Because if they allow this evidence in, the first thing I'm arguing as a defense attorney, Judge, we're less than 30 days. You allow them to introduce evidence that 30 days before the trial without giving us an opportunity to have our private investigators really sort through what they're trying to present. And so to us, that's an unfair advantage and surprise, because 30 days is not enough time for us to potentially find a witness that would refute what they're trying to bring in or the evidence that they're trying to insinuate. Because they're bringing it in, they're saying not necessarily as facts, but just to show that there was bad blood between the two. And to me, that's a lie. That's a lie. Because if you introduce that song, it's going to prejudice the jury when you lay out the scenes of the crime and the acts that mirror the song. If you need to say that they had bad blood, Your Honor, we'll get up and admit and say that if these two gentlemen saw each other, physical violence would happen. So there's no need for this evidence to come in. We will concede that there was bad blood. This is just throwing gasoline onto a fire as far as the jury is concerned. There's no need for it. And so those are some of the things that I would argue as to keep that evidence out.
So a lot of, from what I'm seeing online, as far as the pretrial, is that they're trying to say that he went to LA and posted alive as an alibi, right? And that it's almost like they're trying to pin him in pretrial. I thought that was a little odd. Like, I thought we were talking about lyrics, but they started to kind of get into the case. They start talking about Trap Boy Freddy, and they started talking about other people. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought we were just talking about lyrics in court. How did it get to talking about other people and who might be doing what?
Because the lyrics and the song, and I think it's a video, because I think Trap Boy Freddy is going to be a witness, and they need these videos and these songs to draw the correlation, because allegedly the murder vehicle.
Hold on, I gotta back it up.
About the pretrial. The only concern, I would honestly bet money that we probably ended up getting this trial continued. Because if they allow this evidence in, the first thing I'm arguing as a defense attorney, Judge, we're less than 30 days. You allow them to introduce evidence that 30 days before the trial without giving us an opportunity to have our private investigators really sort through what they're trying to present. And so to us, that's an unfair advantage and surprise, because 30 days is not enough time for us to potentially find a witness that would refute what they're trying to bring in or the evidence that they're trying to insinuate. Because they're bringing it in, they're saying not necessarily as facts, but just to show that there was bad blood between the two.
But the music
and
shows
to me,
that.
that's a lie. That's a lie. Because if you introduce that song, it's going to prejudice the jury when you lay out the scene.
Then these rappers need to be more creative and not put their real life circumstances and situations in their song. Stop putting it in your songs if you don't want it to be used against you in a court of law. Especially when it lines up to the exact actions of what actually happened in the street. If you can't rap without it, then if you can't rap without it, then it's real life as far as I'm concerned, and it should be admissible in court. Sing R&B. How about that?
Of the crime and the acts that
Hey,
mirror
Naturally
the
Northern's.
song.
I didn't
If
see
you
you.
need to say that they had bad blood, you know, Your Honor, we'll get up and admit and say that if these two gentlemen saw each other, physical violence would happen. So there's no need for this evidence to come in.
So what's the difference? If you will admit that to the judge, then why not say it in front of the jury? That there's a great possibility that what he said, because of the beef, what he was rapping about, and what he was illustrating in his rap was true. There was bad blood. What's the difference? A reasonable person is still going to come to the same conclusion.
He will concede that there was bad blood. This is just throwing gasoline onto a fire as far as the jury is concerned. There's no need for it. And so those are some of the things that I would argue as to keep that evidence out.
So a lot of, from what I'm seeing online, as far as the pretrial, is that they're trying to say that he went to LA and posted a live as an alibi, right? And that it's almost like they're trying to pin him in pretrial. I thought that was a little odd. Like, I thought we were talking about lyrics, but they started to kind of get into the case. They start talking about Trap Boy Freddy, and they started talking about other people. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought we were just talking about lyrics in court. How did it get to talking about other people and who might be doing what?
Because the lyrics and the song, and I think it's a video.
They connect.
Because I think Trap Boy Freddy is going to be a witness, and they need these videos and these songs to draw the correlation, because allegedly the murder vehicle or the vehicle used during one of the shootings or during the murder actually appears in one of the videos. And they need all of this to give Trap Boy Freddy credibility with the jury, right? I mean, that's understandable. But at the same time, you can get there without that. They have enough to get there without that. They have the 911 calls. They have the interviews with Yella Beezy after he was shot. They have enough information to do this without necessarily using his song against him, because the whole premise, they're saying, look, I got a gun, but I'm not using it. It's behind my back. It's behind my back. So I'm not really using it. When a jury sees and knows that they have a gun, such as the rap song, they can never get that out their head. And like I said, if they listen to that lyric, because I guarantee you the lyrics that they're going to play are the lyrics that are going to mirror the actual murder. And so if you tell me I'm not supposed to really take the song literally, like I'm not supposed to believe what he says, but you just showed me how the people were murdered, how am I to get that out of my head? It is so prejudicial that it's not funny.
So one of the other highlights that I've been seeing is this song Take 3, which was featured on LA Leakers, but they're saying there's a version of the song that was sent, I guess, to one of the people that was involved in the murder that same day that he got murdered, and the lyrics are damning. And that's kind of where they're leaning everything on, right? So
Hey,
I ask you
trucking.
as a lawyer, right? Is that an angle?
Is it an angle?
Yeah.
Yeah, the prosecutor is trying to throw as much at them as possible without necessarily really tying them in, right? It's not like, hey, we got his video of him meeting with the guys. Hey, we have money transfers. Hey, we got this. All we have is someone sending a song. And anyone, like if I'm a defense, first thing I'm gonna do is find someone like Quiet Money,
Right.
right? And I'm saying, hey man, how long does it take you to come up? If I got a beat right now, how long does it take you to rap over?
Right.
No, man, I can 10 minutes. Okay. So they could have made this song 10 minutes after the murder hit TV.
Could have.
So how do you know that he actually did it? He just heard what was said. He got a couple of calls. He went into the studio and made a song real quick. That doesn't mean he did it.
On the flip side, right? Mm-hmm. Mo3 has a lot of songs on his end that some would say are self-incriminating.
Right.
At any point, could any of this be looked at as, hey, this is self-defense on my behalf because I fear for my life? I'm just asking a question. I'm just curious. Like,
No, because we've actually, what you remembering is we had this conversation before.
Yeah.
And so I said to myself, and as a defense attorney, I would put the light right back on the prosecutor and law enforcement.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
It's still kind of.
Since we listen to music.
Since we're listening to music.
Yeah, it's still kind of bittersweet birthday for me. Although I'm trying to stay joyful and exciting. I lost my brother over the weekend. So it's still a lot of family stuff going on, and old pictures are surfacing, and all of that type of stuff. So I'm trying to maintain some birthday jolly, but I will be honest, Monty, and say it's kind of hard. Absolutely. But thank you for asking. I'm still very much so excited about my age growing. A lot of people who have something to say about it probably ain't gonna make it. You understand? So I one day at a time. Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you. I'm trying to maintain my cool, but it's a little tough. It's a little tough for me. Let's finish listening.
Let's load this play.
I'm a huge Mo3 fan. Let's put this album on when Mo3 talked. Actually, what you remembering is we had this conversation before.
Yeah.
And so I said to myself, and as a defense attorney, I would put the light right back on the prosecutor and law enforcement. I was like, since we listen to rap music.
Yeah, since we listen to music.
Since we listen to music.
Let's load this play.
I'm a huge Mo3 fan. Right. Let's put this album on when Mo3 talked about being on the toll road and shooting and hating he didn't accomplish what he accomplished.
Right.
You heard that.
Right.
You interviewed my client. Why weren't you making arrests then? You could, if this is what you said is, you had
because Yella Beezy said. Because Trap Boy Freddy said that Mo3 was capping, that his Curly Mo and Larry that's on the back of his backside, he said that there was somebody already locked up for that pleaded guilty. So that's why he wasn't arrested. Because when we went to investigate, Yella Beezy said, yeah, no, that wasn't him. Or yeah, no, I don't want to press charges. He said no. So why he not locked? Why he wasn't locked up? Because the victims said that they wasn't victims. He wasn't a perpetrator. That's why. Let's go.
And so I asked the jury, if you tell someone is trying to kill you, you show them they said they trying to kill you, and law enforcement does nothing about it.
And law enforcement failed.
What are you to do? I mean, we are an open carry state. I mean, we do live in Texas. I mean, you can kill a man for hitting your horse. Needless to say, basically saying that he's going to kill you and people in your family. So what do you do?
Thank you, Maisha.
You create a psychosis.
Yeah.
Thank
I would
you,
bring in an
Maisha.
expert to talk about how the client had sleepless nights, how, he was afraid to leave the house. He was afraid for his grandmother. He was afraid for his family, and he got no assistance. And I'm not saying he did it, but anyone who is related or close to the situation to talk about how my client had sleepless nights, how
Now he can't
he
sleep.
was afraid to leave the house. He was
Now he's
afraid for
scared.
his grandmother. He was afraid for his family, and he got no assistance. And I'm not saying
Did he live with his grandmother? Or did his grandmother live with him? Because she got up on that stage like she ain't had no care in the world. So now we going to play. Let's go.
and I'm not saying he did it, but anyone who is related or close to the
This show
situation
do.
took this matter into their own hands.
So this is what I want to know, right? From your expert opinion, who is this? Is this in his favor or not in his favor? Like, what the pretrial that you've been seeing, like some of the things that you've been seeing in court, is it going to Yella Beezy's favor or is it not?
Well, it just depends on how the judge rules.
What do you predict? Let's make, because you're pretty spot on predictions. So,
Man, this is going to be a tough one because the judge is kind of an old school judge, right? She is kind of or they're kind of, hey, try your case, right? And don't necessarily throw in all of this fanfare or grandstanding. Try your case. And it might come into a situation where she might not make a ruling on it other than you can't use it, and let's see if a door is open for you to allow you to use it. Because what she doesn't want is this to get to a point where it's so much circumstantial evidence that it looks like solid factual evidence.
right. Insane, man. So your prediction is she's gonna let them try the case.
My prediction is this. She's either going to withhold making a ruling and letting the trial go and tell the prosecutor hold off on using it if the defense opens up a door,
Yeah.
or something comes in that will allow that to be used, then you'll be able to use it. Or
So,
she's
okay,
going to say
so hold
it
on.
comes in,
So that means that
but-
what he's saying to me sounds like if they start playing Mo3's music, then they're going to open a window for Yella Beezy's music to be played. So that's just like I was saying before. If you don't want Yella's I shot him up, or I whatever that stuff. I want him and him and him and meeny, miny, mo, and all that type of stuff. Then if you don't want that, admit it, then you don't want any of Mo3's. So what I think he's saying, that if they open a window, and that window would probably be Yellow Mo3's music to show that it was self-defense, then they're going to open up the opportunity for them to bring in Yella Beezy's. Please, when everyone come in, would you please hit the like button, please, and thank you very much. Yeah, y'all come in, hitting the like button, please. Let's go.
Something else comes in. If that happens, I'm pretty sure the defense is going to ask for a continuance to give them time to prepare for this new, in light of this new evidence coming in this late during the trial.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's another issue with a black man on a boat, with surrounded by some white kids. My man named Nolan Wells. Is it Nolan Wells? So obviously everybody knows the story at this point. He came up missing after going on a boat ride with his friends. Never returned. They act like they don't know what's going on. One of the kids' mom's a judge. Seems like a cover-up. When you investigate this story, what do you see? Because when you're talking about somebody has a judge in their pocket, that seems like a lot of power.
Well, they made a TV show about it on HBO or Showtime, didn't it? Where the guy killed the mobster.
Yes.
Child son.
Yeah, Your Honor.
Yeah, Your
Honor.
Yeah. I mean, look, man. That is, I hate to say this. I don't hate to say it. Every phase of life has a club, right? So judges, they're in a club for judges. And so people can say, oh man, all them judges stick together. Yeah, they kind of do. Police officers, right?
Yeah.
Black girl magic. Everybody kind of has this group that they identify with and they support. And so it's going to be very difficult for any of the attorneys working to get these young men prosecuted, knowing that there's a judge's child at stake. That's a whole nother level or layer to think about when trying to get these cases prosecuted. Because one of the things about the criminal court system is it is a ecosystem into itself. From the police department, from the prosecutor
it's
to
been
the judge.
5 years, 6 years.
They all know that if they work together, that things move along. When the prosecutor's fighting with the judge, things get backed up. There's problems in the court. We've seen it in Dallas County when my guy Craig Watkins was fighting with some of the criminal judges. It caused problems. And then if the prosecutor or the police feel that the DA or the prosecutors aren't prosecuting the cases that they want, and I know this as a prosecutor, police officers will honestly tell you, well, we'll pick and choose when we come to trial.
Oh.
And so as a prosecutor, you got to worry about police officers not showing up on your case and you need them as a witness, because without them, you don't have probable cause and you cannot move forward with your case. And if you piss them off, they won't come. And anybody who says that doesn't happen, you'll bald-faced lie.
Oh, wow.
So what is the update on this case? Everybody is mad about Ben Crump getting, doing the autopsy. What is it with Ben Crump? Like, is there something?
Hey, man, shout out to my brother Ben, man. Ben and I work on several cases together. I'm just not working on this particular case with him. But, I mean, Ben is Ben. And so, we live in a country where people are free to choose who they want to represent them.
Right.
And they saw fit the pick Ben. And so Ben brings a lot to the table as far as bringing lawyers. He's brought lawyers like myself to the table, and media exposure. And so a lot of that weighs into people's.
Yeah, he started that
there's a lot of
second
attorneys.
autopsy
Ben and
too
I are
soon.
giving an award out. Shout out to my man
concerned.
Tony Ramanucci. He worked on the George Floyd case with Ben out of Chicago. So that's my guy, my brother. And so we like I told you, everybody has their club. That's my fraternity. Attorneys who deal with 1983s and discrimination cases. We have
That's not her child. That's her stepson.
Who we work with. And so,
well, how long she been raising him?
Okay, so what is your prediction on this? Do you think we'll see justice in this case? Yes or no?
Oh, Lord.
And you got the chat going crazy, by the way.
the
chat is going up.
My prediction on this case is there is a 60% chance that law enforcement won't find what they need to move forward other than an accidental drowning.
Damn.
Now, could they make an arrest for interfering with a police investigation? By all means, yes. Deleting, moving clothes, moving evidence is interfering. And should they be charged with at least that? Yes. But does that get you to where you need to be in a civil case in which you're going to actually sue the families of the young men that were part of this? I don't know. And another thing is the county that it's in. Man, Denton and Collin County are two of the toughest counties for you to get justice in. They don't believe in awarding large sums of money for pretty much anything. And so that's a problem. And then you have judges up there who necessarily may lean on the same premise. Right. And so you're going to have some strong connection in order to make your case and to get it not to the point where it's not dismissed through summary judgment.
Damn. Hey, man, we are live with Larry, the lawyer. I see y'all in here deep. Hey, okay, they're in the chat. They want to know about the Pooh Shiesty case. Shout out to him. Pooh Shiesty case. What specifically do you want to know about the Pooh Shiesty case? Let's ask that first. But let's go over it. So the Pooh Shiesty case, obviously, we know what happened. It happened in Dallas, Texas. We see the recording. We see what's going on. Number one, did Gucci, according to the documents, did he give a statement?
Man, I'm going to say once again the same thing I said before. I don't think he had to. And I don't think he's necessarily the most credible person for them to have as a witness. Because anytime that you committed a felony or you committed some kind of crime, they can always impeach you on that and really ask you that. And so juries kind of frown upon things like that. Right. The fact that, and it's something that I told every entertainer to do, and I've said it about 5 times in 5 interviews. Hire you an off-duty officer. Yeah. When I had Lil Woody come to Houston to go to Texas Southern University, I hired 3
Hold on. I got too many others I gotta touch on. Hold on. Real quickly. What time did I schedule that other one? Hold on, let me see what time I scheduled it. Look, what you say? Oh man, hold on. What did you say? See, the local news is on, so it's going to go down on TV. Oh, that's fine. My normally, you know, Mo3 is not who my subscribers. Hold on, let me check something. Subscribe for. I just have to do it for my 10:30. Okay, let's go. Hold on, let me see something. Listen to this, y'all. Where the volume at? I want to get to, hold on. Let me go back up. I'll find it on another device. Let's hear John.
Breaking into the Don Lemon Show newsroom. Breaking into the Don Lemon Show newsroom. A West Virginia Republican named Elliot Pritt has been arrested and charged for allegedly grooming a 15-year-old on Snapchat and Roblox before meeting her in his classroom. Now, this guy, Elliot Pritt, is not a
Roblox.
And charged for allegedly grooming a 15-year-old on Snapchat and Roblox before meeting her in his classroom. Now, this guy, Elliot Pritt, is not a drag queen. He's not a Democrat. He's full-on MAGA.
Hey, Christy.
So I have a question. Why is it that Republicans are constantly accusing LGBTQ people of being predators when they, those in their group, are the ones who keep being found guilty of sexual abuse?
Absolutely.
I mean, the leader of their cult, his classroom. Now, this guy, Elliot Pritt, is not a drag queen. He's not a Democrat. He's full-on MAGA. So I have a question. Why is it that Republicans are constantly accusing LGBTQ people of being predators when they, those in their group, are the ones who keep being found guilty of sexual abuse? I mean, the leader of their cult party has been found liable for abusing a woman and is listed thousands of times in the Epstein files. And yet they're using allegations of grooming to ban books and target drag shows. Make that make sense. It's all BS. Remember who the real predators are. Breaking into the Don Lemon Show newsroom, a West Virginia Republican,
and let us not forget,
has
every
been arrested and
accusation
charged
is a
for
confession.
allegedly grooming a 15-year-old
I
on
don't
Snapchat
understand.
and Roblox before
Every
beating her in his
accusation
classroom.
is a
Now, this
confession. That's
guy,
not true.
Elliot
I don't believe
Pritt,
that. I make accusations and it's not a confession. Are you crazy? This accusation that you are making, does that mean it's a confession for you, champion for poor? I don't believe every accusation is a confession. Absolutely not. This is my opinion. Oh, that's MAGA. Okay. Now that's true. Because they'll tell you that they like playing with them, you know, the little people. Yeah, Elliot Pritt. He's a prick. Absolutely a prick. Where's the Carmelo Anthony? Oh, where did I leave it? Hold on. I think I stalled it somewhere. That's not it. That's not it. Because they have a whole date set up, August something, for a... Let me find it, y'all. I hope I didn't lose it. Dang it. Okay, so Carmelo Anthony, breaking news, official court update. Let me change this to Carmelo. Hold on. Yeah, they wanted to share Wednesday, August the 19th at 9 a.m. motion to recuse hearing, 494th District Court, Collin County. Judge Sid Hari will preside over the hearing, which is expected to last approximately a half a day. Then it says on August the 20th, motion for a new trial hearing. The courtroom location will be announced once it has been assigned. The hearing is expected to last at least a full day. These hearings are open to the public. Please share and repost. I meant to snap this picture, but I got too busy on family stuff. Hold on. So those motions are set on the 19th and the 20th. I will post this on my wall once I get off the both of the lives tonight. Okay. What is this? What's going on? Oh, that's tomorrow. Something different. Hold on. The fight is on for him to get him out. Let's move on. Yella. What?
Ultimately royally screwed, and Instagram is not the place for gangsters, thugs, and gangbangers at war. Beezy enters the courtroom with spouse, 2 family members, and security guard. He takes a seat behind attorneys. He enters the courtroom with same calm demeanor as Thursday. Mo3's mother isn't present in the gallery yet, but 3's family members are in the prosecution's side of the gallery.
Oh, this is all. I'm bad. Hold on. Hold on.
Yella Beezy's lawyer just shook up everybody because we ain't doing what we supposed to be doing, meaning going to court, because He did something interesting, and I'm gonna explain to you why in just a moment.
Yeah. Let me get out of here with him, cause I don't. Hold on, I know I'm biased, baby, but he is biased. Let me get over here, y'all. I'm finna move on over to YS. And oh boy. The family, here we go. Out of California.
Sound, whether anybody intended or
Nobody went.
Shout out to the family.
I'm not finna be going out there doing no rap diss and shit, cause like, if it's smoke, it's really smoke with us. We ain't playing, you know?
The gram, I thought that if I dissed you, it'd give me some more fans. Bro, I'm truly sorry why you RP my friends.
We ain't doing none of that weird shit for nothing, for the rap. No, we not on none of that, nigga. We trying to make hits. We gonna move around, nigga, get rich, nigga, and have fun, nigga. All that rap beef and all that shit, we not rap beefing, we really beefing. The homies.
He's a rapper, but I made his hip rock and roll. Cold devil, I'm walking through here with chinchillas on. They gonna drop you.
Going on, they're like, yo, this is crazy. Like, people are just rooting for you. You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people who wasn't a lot of people who wasn't rooting for me.
Who wasn't rooting for you? I'm not saying to say names, but like who? Like
the older dudes, the people that have been in the game for a minute.
you talking about LA rappers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Watch hit movies and TV shows
LA
on
rap.
YouTube.
Your king has returned!
Buy or rent new releases and get more.
And I remember when this happened.
Well, a man is
A month
reported
later.
dead after being stabbed at a concert in Exposition Park last night. TMZ is reporting.
So hold on, a week. Dracko the ruler. I think that's his name. Hold on. He was saying them old cat heads was. See, this was probably ordered by I don't know. Let me hush. Let's listen.
The older dudes, the people that have been in the game for a minute.
You talking about LA rappers?
Yep.
Big O.
Well, a man is reported dead after being stabbed at a concert in Exposition Park last night. TMZ is reporting the victim was rapper Dracko, the ruler.
Famous July 23rd, 2026. In a few hours from
You
me
right,
doing this video,
champion
the
for
rapper
poor.
YG is supposed to be
He is.
preparing to take the stage against fellow Compton rapper The Game in a highly anticipated versus
Yeah,
battle.
they
But just
jamming
a few
tonight.
hours before the event, the attention shifted away from the stage and towards a homicide investigation that has remained unsolved for more than 4 years now. See, earlier this morning, LAPD reportedly detained YG while executing a search warrant connecting to the December 2021 killing of Dracko the ruler. YG was detained. At this time, that does not mean he was arrested, charged, or even proven. LAPD.
But that mean they own him. He may not have been arrested.
See, earlier this morning, LAPD reportedly
But it
detained
dang show means that they got their good eye, they very good eye on him. And there's probably somebody snitching.
YG while executing a search warrant connecting to the December 2021 killing of Dracko the ruler. YG was detained. At this time, that does not mean he was arrested, charged, or even proven responsible for Dracko's death. But after years of accusations, diss records, street tension, and unanswered questions, investigators showing up at YG property naturally caused people to ask. What changed now? Why are authorities revisiting this case?
'Cause somebody's
more than 4 years
snitching.
later? Did something finally happen behind the
He
scenes
got stabbed
that
in the
finally
neck.
caused investigators to act? Before we go any further, check
Do
this out.
you think the lyrics should be used? Absolutely. I think that this should be a learning experience. It may be the first time in Texas or in Dallas, but I think that these rappers need to take responsibility of the things that they are saying, especially if it, when it's measured, it ties up equally, the dots connect equally. And so if stop claiming bodies, stop rapping songs that can be used against you. Yes, we have the freedom of speech, but just because we have the freedom of speech, sometimes there are consequences with the things that comes out of our mouths. Just like you can say what you want to say, but when you turn around and say the wrong thing and it becomes a terroristic threat because of something that you said, you can be punished and go to jail for that, right? Oh, girl talking about, oh, they gonna kill you. You know, my big homies, oh, yeah, if somebody press charges and take that as a serious threat, then that's a terroristic threat. But I had a right to say whatever I want to say. You have a right, but your rights have consequences. And that's the other side of freedom of speech that nobody talks about. Sometimes you have to pay for those consequences for the words that come out of your mouth. So I feel like if that's the case with the freedom of speech, then that should also be the same cause and effect with rap music, especially if it winds up being what you say is true. Now, the flip side of that is that some of the stuff, again, I said earlier, what Mo 3 rapped about, Trap Boy Freddy said that Mo 3 was clout chasing, that the bodies he was claiming wasn't his bodies because somebody else had already pled guilty and was already locked up serving time for that. So in reality, Trap Boy Freddy said that Mo 3 was clout chasing. Let's go. What are they doing? Are they walking?
And once again, that was the footage reportedly showing YG being detained while authorities carried out a search warrant. We still have to be careful about the language we use, fam. A detention is not an arrest, and a search warrant is not a conviction. And investigators looking into somebody does not automatically mean they believe that person personally committed the crime. But this situation did not begin today. The tensions around Dracko and the people connected to YG's circle has been building for years before Dracko was attacked backstage. There was an interview where YG made it clear that he did not want Dracko's name mentioned around him. There was Dracko refusing to sign with DJ Mustard, and Mustard helped introduce him to a larger audience. There were diss records, neighborhood politics, and claims involving the shooting of YG outside of a recording studio. Then Dracko released another song directly disrespecting YG. Just 1 month later, Dracko was killed. Today we're going to walk through this entire story. Who Dracko the Ruler was, how he became one of the most original rappers in California, his connection to YG and DJ Mustard, the tension that developed between the two sides, the interview where YG warned people not to mention Dracko, the diss record Dracko released afterwards, and the allegation Dracko made concerning YG being shot. Not to mention, in the newly released album, YG addressed everything, his involvement or not, in the night Dracko was surrounded by a massive backstage crowd and fatally stabbed before he could perform. But before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I don't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Hey, listen, if you ever wish payday came sooner, this might actually help. It's a banking app called Current with a bunch of useful tools. And one of the main tools lets you access up to $750 of your paycheck in advance if you switch over with. It'll prompt you to a that link's all.
Was that a song that you felt it was necessary and the timing was right now?
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, yeah, it was necessary for sure, and the timing was for sure right now, because it's like too many people was like, it's just too much going on, like, and you know, I'm like, street all the way, law, live by it. So it's like, it's certain things like you don't even speak on, you know what I'm saying? You don't talk, you know, so that's what took me so long to just say anything. Cause like, nobody talking about that, like, you don't even, there's certain things like you don't even talk about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you ain't involved in it or whatever, it's like, you don't even talk about that. So But it's like, I'm only finna take so much, you know what I'm saying? People saying whatever, family tapping in, like, all this, and it's like, nah, bro, like, nah, I gotta say something.
Did you feel like that's the song where I'm gonna address this once and everything is in there?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure, and it was like, I'm finna say something, you know, but it's the Gentleman's Club. I'm gonna be very respectful, you know?
Fam, that was an interview that YG did just 3 weeks ago on the Big Boy radio show. He addressed the recent music he put out, a song that he also dedicated to Dracko's record, really adamantly denies.
Video. Yeah, I remember it. It's in my archive.
The Ruler, real name Darrell Caldwell, was born December 1993. He grew up in the Westmount section of South Los Angeles, an area surrounded by poverty, violence, and multiple long-standing gang territories. Dracko barely knew his father. His mother, Darlene Carnell, worked as a preschool teacher and raised her children under difficult financial circumstances. Dracko reportedly told people that his family was one of the poorest families on the block. But even when he was only 4 years old, he would tell anybody willing to listen that one day he was going to be rich. His early life was far from easy. According to journalist Jeff Wise, Dracko was arrested at 12 for taking $1 from a tip jar. At 15, while he was still a freshman in high school, he was struck during a drive-by shooting. The shooters were never caught. After that incident, Dracko reportedly began carrying a firearm because he believed he needed it to protect himself. But that led to more problems. Juvenile detention, burglary allegations, gun cases, and repeated contact with law enforcement. But music eventually gave him another direction. Friends around Dracko believed that he had a gift. With every freestyle, his sound became more original. Then in 2015, Dracko gained serious attention after releasing Mr. Get Dough.
But I'm not pops on my nuts, Mr. Get Guap, that's Mr. Get Dough, aka Mr. Mose. Walking.
Now DJ Mustard had produced that record. That was his beat. That record would also connect him at that time to two major names in Los Angeles. DJ Mustard, as you saw in the video, and YG. The YG and DJ Mustard connection, according to reports about Dracko's career, YG brother helped bring Dracko's music to DJ Mustard's attention. At that time, Mustard was one of the most successful producers in the industry and helped develop the sound behind several of YG's biggest records. Mustard supported Dracko and helped introduce him to a wider audience. Dracko's 2016 project, I Am Mr. Mosley, was presented by Mustard and helped establish Dracko as one of the hottest rising artists in Los Angeles. But the relationship didn't last. Dracko reportedly refused to sign with Mustard's record label. For Dracko, ownership was independence, and that was extremely important to him. He didn't want another person controlling his music, his publishing, or his finances. That decision would become a major part of his identity. However, some people also view Dracko as a possible replacement for YG within Mustard's musical system. YG and Mustard had already experienced problems in their own working relationship. Now Mustard was supporting another Los Angeles street rapper with a completely different sound. Whether anybody intended or not, comparisons started being made. Dracko was younger. His music was spreading throughout the streets, and some listeners began saying that he represented the next generation of Los Angeles rap. Dracko's relationship with Mustard eventually ended after he refused to sign, but the connection between Dracko, Mustard, and YG had already been established, and soon the situation would grow beyond music.
So, how'd you end up hooking up with Mustard?
We all knew like the same people. Like I used to like fuck with them. Like the homie I was on the case when Kills. We used to put them back in the day when they had pushes and all the jerkins and all that. When it was Tab Third and Filthies and all this other shit. When all them used to like back in the jerky days and YG, they used to wear like skinny jeans with the fucking shoestring and all that shit. So I was from them. I was from his brother too, Cam. This one Mustard was I DJ and skater rings like that, before everybody blew up. So I been knew them though, but I wasn't rapping. They was doing they took off and all that. So we still, but everybody LA, everybody know the same people so. Well, I guess they reached out because the kid was every day he was fucking with him, he was pushes and all that. So they would reach out to him oh yeah, what's up with you? But they don't even know he was just telling y'all remember him? He used to be around all the time, So we did the song, he remixed it, I put RJ on the song, and then it took off. I didn't think it was gonna be like that though. I was just all right, whatever. I did the song, people like it. I didn't think it was gonna be all right, now this is a stamp. Now I can move on from here. But yeah.
Okay, and that's Mr. Get Dough.
Yeah, Mr. Get Dough.
Right, and that was, so originally it was just you.
Yeah, just me and
then,
Ketchup.
Right.
Ketchup, great.
And then Mustard did the remix.
Yeah.
And he put RJ on it. That's it?
And Choice.
And Choice, okay.
All right, and Choice.
Got it. I mean, that song today is at 7 million views on YouTube.
Yeah, 7 million.
Yeah, plus all the other platforms.
Yeah,
and else like that. So then you signed under Mustard?
I didn't sign.
Nah?
Nah, I was just fucking with him, like.
Okay.
Just fucking around, doing music and shit. But after that, like, I don't know, like my brother and everybody was like, I don't know, maybe they seen something that I didn't see back then. So like everybody used to just be like, nah, just wait, like don't do nothing right now, like just wait, like you got your own thing, like you might not see it right now, but like your shit is different, bro. Like you got other shit. I don't know, like shit started getting weird. Like I don't know, like I guess I didn't want to sign, so then that's I guess when like people from his group and shit, like I guess they was mad at me because I didn't want to sign, so it started getting weird. Like it started coming to like pull up at the studio session. Oh, we got whoop-de-whoop in here today. Like, you know, come back another day. I started seeing the weird shit that was going on, and it's just like, I was like, you know what, I'm not finna put you. Like, it shouldn't have to be like, oh, if you don't want to sign, then all right, fuck you type shit. Like that shit, I don't know. So I started doing my own shit after that. Like,
okay.
It didn't last that long.
All right, because your first mixtape, I Am Mr. Mosley.
Yeah.
Did that come out under the 10 Summers label or no?
I mean, it didn't come. I don't think it came out under that. I know he put it on there, like.
Yeah.
But not that I know of.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That part's kind of confusing.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure that part out. Okay. So you drop your first mixtape, your first official mixtape.
Yeah, official mixtape.
And you have a big song already. So now you're kind of off to the races.
Yeah.
This was 2015.
15.
Then the next year, 2016, you dropped I Am Mr. Mosley 2.
Yeah, the second one.
Right. That had Mozzie on it.
Yeah, Mozzie.
Scheme.
G Perico.
Filthy Rich.
Filthy. Yeah.
And how does that one do?
And it was doing pretty cool, like, and it's crazy because, like, a lot of people were saying, like, damn, bro, like, you did this without much, like, but what kind of, like made it better because,
hold on.
Seen no shit
hold
like
on.
That. Like, so,
I forgot.
People, like, they
hold on, baby. Yeah, before I forget. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm finna have to get off and go into my Trump stuff. Hold on. Did I save it? Hold on. No, I know. Hold on. Where did I send it? About Diddy. Hold on. Hold on. Please tell me I sent it here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm finna go and then, cause I'm already past the time that I was gonna spend on this. But hold on.
Y'all know I got family locked up with Diddy and I just... Wait, y'all know I got family locked up with Diddy and I just got the news that before everybody, Diddy just messed up bad. You gonna wanna hear this, share this. Diddy has just been put into solitary confinement. And I'm gonna tell you what he got put in solitary confinement for.
Did y'all hear that with y'all good ear?
Before everybody, Diddy just messed up bad. You gonna wanna hear this, share this. Diddy has just been put into solitary confinement. And I'm gonna tell you what he got put in solitary confinement for in a minute. But first, let me tell you what that means. Y'all know the program that was supposed to have Diddy out early. They was talking about he was gonna get out pretty much next month. Well, he is officially kicked out of the program. He gonna be doing this whole time. Now, let me tell you what he got put in solitary confinement for. First of all, he got put in solitary confinement because he was, you already know. But it wasn't what you probably thinking, it was cigarettes. Also, he has been put in solitary confinement because he was caught with a cell phone. Crazy. So
They
now
knew
he's
they
about to have
had.
to do
They
his
knew he
own
had a cell
time.
phone.
And
Y'all,
mark
them
my
folk,
words, you heard it here first. Share this.
they knew he had a cell phone, so why popping with it now?
First of all, he got put in solitary confinement because he was, you already know. But it wasn't what you probably thinking, it was cigarettes. Also, he has been put in solitary confinement because he was caught with a cell phone. Crazy. So now he's about to have to do his whole time. And mark my words, you heard it here first. Share this because in probably another day or so, TMZ gonna be talking about it and everybody else gonna be talking about it. But Diddy is doing his whole time. He's in solitary confinement, and I guess I like it. What if I told you? Wait, y'all know I got family locked up with Diddy. And I
Okay,
just got
so
the
we
news
gonna
that
wait and
before
see if
everybody,
it comes
Diddy
out.
just messed up bad.
So
You
this
gonna
is
wanna hear this. There it
allegedly.
is. Diddy has just been put into solitary confinement. And I'm gonna tell you what he got put in solitary confinement for in a minute. But first, let me tell you what that means.
Must
Y'all
have,
know the program that was supposed to
been
have
something
Diddy out
he
early.
said on
They
that
talked about he was
phone.
gonna get out pretty much next month. Well, he is officially kicked out of the program. He gonna be doing this whole time. Now, let me tell you what he
Well,
got
you
put
know,
in solitary
all of this is,
confinement for.
you know, Diddy tied to
First
Trump.
of all, he got put in solitary confinement because
And
he was, you
the
already
Epstein
know.
stuff ain't going nowhere.
But it wasn't what you probably
And
thinking.
his
It was
threats,
cigarettes.
he
Also,
definitely threatened him.
he has been put in solitary confinement because he was caught with a cell phone. Crazy. So now he's about to have to do his whole time. And mark my words, you heard it here first. Share this because in probably another day or so, TMZ gonna be talking about it and everybody else gonna be talking about it. But Diddy is doing his whole time. He's in solitary confinement, and I guess I like it. What if I told you?
What if I told
Wait, y'all know I got family locked up with Diddy, and I just got the news that before everybody, Diddy just messed up bad. You gonna wanna hear this, share this. Diddy has just been put into solitary confinement. And I'm gonna tell you what he got put in solitary confinement for in a minute, but first, let me tell you what that means. Y'all know the program that was supposed to have Diddy out early. They was talking about he was gonna get out pretty much next month. Well, he is officially kicked out of the
You're
program.
gonna hear once
the whole time. Nah, let me tell you what.
Once I end this, it's gonna ask you to go to the next live. Just go to hit yes, and it'll take you on over to the live that I got set up about Trump and what's going on. Okay. Okay, good people. I have to transition over. Oh my God.